The phone felt heavy in my hand, like it was made of lead. As my mother's voice floated through the speaker, casual as if she were chatting about the weather. "Oh, honey, we had such a wonderful time in Hawaii last week," she said, her words slicing through the quiet of my cramped Brooklyn apartment. I stared out the window at the gray skyline, the distant hum of traffic below barely registering. "Last week," I echoed, my voice cracking just a little. "But I booked those tickets for all of us. Next month." There was a pause, the kind that stretches too long, pregnant with unspoken truths. "Well, Sarah, things just worked out better this way. Megan's fiancé had time off, and you know how schedules are. It was just for us, family time. You understand. Family time." The words landed like a punch to the gut, knocking the air out of me. I drained my savings, $25,000 down the drain for that trip, thinking it would stitch us back together after my messy divorce. But here I was, the outsider, the one who'd paid for their paradise but wasn't worthy of a spot on the beach. The mug of coffee slipped from my fingers, shattering on the hardwood floor, hot liquid pooling around my bare feet. I didn't flinch. Something deeper was breaking inside. Let me pull back the curtain on how I got here. After my divorce from Mark 2 years ago, I thought family would be my lifeline. The marriage had crumbled under the weight of his endless affairs, leaving me with nothing but a stack of legal papers and a hollow chest. I moved to Brooklyn, into this shoebox of an apartment with creaky floors and walls so thin I could hear my neighbors' arguments like they were my own. My job as a project manager at a midtown tech firm kept me afloat, long hours coordinating software launches, staring at screens until my eyes burned. But at night, the loneliness crept in, cold and insistent. So I did what I'd always done. I fixed things with money. Every call from Mom, Linda, about her tight budget ended with me transferring funds. Dad, Robert, needed new tires for his old Ford. I paid the mechanic sight unseen. My sister Megan, always the golden child, hit me up for tuition for her graphic design classes, rent for her trendy Queens loft, even her gym membership. I never said no. It was love, I told myself. The quiet erosion of my bank account felt like proof I was needed, that I mattered in this fractured family. Over those 2 years, it added up slow, steady drips that left me parched. I kept a ledger, hidden in a Google Sheet on my laptop, tracking every dime. Rows of green highlighted cells, $1,200 for Megan's rent last month, $800 for Dad's medical copay, $500 for Mom's emergency shopping spree. It was meticulous, almost obsessive. Like if I organized the giving, it wouldn't feel so one-sided. My therapist suggested I cut back, but I canceled our sessions instead, couldn't justify the expense when family needed it more. My coworker, Jamal, caught on during a late-night office session. "Sarah, you look exhausted," he said, eyeing my untouched lunch. "When's the last time you treated yourself?" I shrugged it off, mumbling about helping Megan with her bills. He shook his head. "Family's supposed to lift you up, not bleed you dry." His words lingered, but I pushed them down. The Hawaii trip was going to change everything, a grand gesture to reclaim our bond. I poured weeks into planning it, scouring TripAdvisor reviews until my vision blurred, comparing resorts with oceanfront balconies and infinity pools. I booked everything, flights on Delta, a suite at a 5-star in Maui with spa access, whale-watching excursions, luau dinners under the stars. I even called the concierge to set up a sunset champagne toast. "It's for my family," I told her, my voice thick with hope. "We've been drifting apart," she cooed sympathetically. "They're so lucky to have someone like you." That night, confirming the $25,000 charge, I hesitated. That was my nest egg. The buffer against another life collapse. But I hit purchase anyway, imagining us all together. Toes in the sand. Laughter drowning out the past. Mom texted back a thumbs-up emoji. I saved it. Like a talisman. Betrayal doesn't announce itself with fanfare, it whispers. Building in the shadows. Unanswered texts about packing lists. Vague responses to my questions about allergies for the restaurant reservations. Then that call. The one that shattered the illusion. Just for us, family time. I laughed at first. A brittle sound. Mom. What do you mean? I was coming too. Her sigh was exasperated. Like I was the unreasonable one. Sarah. You've been so wrapped up in work. We figured you'd get it. Megan's fiancé, Tyler, joined us. It was perfect. Tyler. The guy she'd been dating for 6 months. The one who freeloaded off her while finding himself as a musician. He'd taken my seat on the plane I'd paid for. I could hear the waves crashing in the background. Faint laughter, probably Dad cracking a joke. They were calling from the beach. Gotta run. Sweetie. That lua you booked? Amazing. Thanks for everything. Click. The line went dead. And so did something in me. I sank to the floor amid the coffee spill. Phone in hand. And opened Instagram. There they were, Mom and Dad arm in arm at sunset. Captioned, Paradise with the ones who count. Megan and Tyler snorkeling. Her post reading, Family vibes, only grateful for these moments. Hearts and likes poured in from distant relatives. I scrolled. Each photo a fresh wound. Until my thumb ached. The champagne toast I'd arranged? They were clinking glasses without me. 3 weeks earlier. I'd checked the bookings, my name had been swapped out for Tyler's. They'd planned this exclusion. Kept it secret. Like I was a footnote in their story. The tally in my head exploded. $20,000 to Megan over the years. $10,000 for Dad's car and insurance. $8,000 clearing Mom's credit cards. Plus the endless little things $46,000 at least. Not counting the emotional toll. I'd given my all. And they'd repaid me with erasure. The days blurred into a haze of numbness. At work. I powered through deadlines. Smiling through Zoom calls. But inside. The unraveling accelerated. Every memory of their casual thanks replayed like mockery. An old family photo from Christmas popped up on my feed, me on the edge. Cropped half out. While they beamed center stage. I'd always been the provider. The invisible glue. No more. That night, alone with a glass of cheap Merlot, I whispered to the empty room. Love isn't a debit card. The decision crystallized. No more handouts. I let their calls ring to voicemail. Deleted without listening. The silence was my first act of rebellion. A quiet storm brewing. It didn't take long for the backlash. A text from Megan. Hey sis. Rent's late. Can you spot me $1,500? Promise to pay back. I stared at it. The beach photos flashing in my mind. My reply was simple. Family only. Right? The calls intensified, Mom's voicemails pleading. Dad's gruff demands. Megan's tearful accusations. I opened my banking app and methodically canceled every autopay, her rent, their utilities. Even the Hulu subscription I'd forgotten I was covering. Each confirmed cancellation clicked like a lock snapping shut. I called my financial planner next. Lock it all down, new pins. Alerts for any unusual activity. She didn't pry. Smart move, she said. Relief washed over me. Cold and clarifying. 2 days later. The buzzer rang insistent. Angry. I checked the new Ring camera I'd installed. The one with night vision and motion alerts. There they stood, Mom in her wool coat. Face pinched, Dad shuffling awkwardly, Megan with Tyler in tow. and a slick-suited man holding a leather briefcase. A lawyer. My heart hammered, but I opened the door a crack. "Sarah," Mom barked. "This has gone far enough." The lawyer introduced himself. "I'm here on behalf of your family. They're concerned about your mental state, erratic behavior, isolation. We suggest mediation before legal steps." Megan chimed in, eyes wide with fake concern. "We're worried." "Sis, the divorce hit you hard." I bit back a laugh. "Worried? You mean broke? You took my Hawaii trip and invited him instead." Tyler shifted uncomfortably. Dad muttered, "Be reasonable. Sarah, we need you." The lawyer's threat: "If you don't resume support, we'll pursue guardianship to safeguard your assets and theirs." Guardianship. They wanted to declare me incompetent, to seize control. I shut the door, the deadbolt clicking with finality. Their pounding echoed, but I let it fade. The petition arrived by certified mail. Concerns over Sarah Thompson's post-divorce instability. Request for court oversight to prevent financial self-harm. It painted me as unhinged, a danger to myself. Rage simmered, but I channeled it. My old college friend, Carla, recommended a shark of a lawyer, Elena Vasquez, a no-nonsense litigator who'd shredded similar cases. In her sleek Manhattan office, I laid it all bare: the payments, the betrayal, the exclusion. She nodded. "This is elder abuse in reverse, financial exploitation. We'll bury them in proof of your competence." We built the case, pay stubs from my firm showing promotions, bank records of prudent saving until then, a clean psyche vow, references from Jamal and others attesting to my stability. "They're not protecting you," Elena said. "They're punishing you for boundaries." Court day arrived. The federal building's sterile halls amplifying my nerves. Mom, Dad, and Megan sat across, avoiding my gaze. Their lawyers spun the tale. MS. Thompson's sudden withdrawal indicates breakdown. Her family seeks to intervene compassionately. Elena countered with steel. "What you'll see is a pattern of leeching. My client funded their lives for years, only to be betrayed." She presented the dossier, evidence stacked like armor. On the stand, I faced the judge. "Why stop the support?" he asked. My voice steady, because I realized I was their ATM, not their daughter. I paid $25,000 for a family trip, and they went without me, calling it family only. Gasps rippled. Elena added the psych report, fit and capable. The judge's gavel fell. No grounds for guardianship. Petition denied. Victory tasted bittersweet: freedom, but at the cost of illusions shattered. 3 months on. Spring thawed Brooklyn's chill. I upgraded to a sunnier loft in Williamsburg, with plants on the sill and no ghosts in the corners. Mornings were mine, yoga without guilt. Coffee savored slowly. Evenings brought new rhythms, a pottery class where I shaped clay into something whole. Dinners with Carla and Jamal, who toasted my rebirth. Word filtered back: Megan waitressing doubles. Parents downsizing to a Jersey rental. Dad stocking shelves at Lowe's. No glee, just closure. They were surviving without me. As the city lights twinkled outside my window, I whispered, "Family only." This time, it meant protecting myself. The scars lingered, a reminder that blood doesn't guarantee loyalty. But the peace? It was worth every penny reclaimed.